So hey, hi, I'm Dave, welcome to the shop. Kind of a hot one today, but speaking of hot, we got a hot new thing. I don't even know. I had my machinist make me a little drive plate for my lathe. This will fit on the spindle of my lathe. It has a very coarsely threaded, I don't know, screw. Typically, I mean, that's what it's called. On the top of it, we've welded it in. He's made it all centered. It runs really true. It's really super, and we're going to use it today to turn a bowl. Let's watch. So, I've got a piece of ambrosia maple. This is a piece from the heart. It has the pith in it. If I make a bowl shape out of this thing, I'll cut this part away, and that's going to be great. This is going to work out pretty well. Nice and dry. This is one turning. So I want to first scratch out, the circle, and then, take it to the bandsaw and do a little trimming. This is going to be the inside of the bowl. So a lot of times, up until recently, I would get another set of dividers out and mark a spot and draw a circle, and then get a small faceplate that fits my lathe, and then sort of center it in that circle. I made the circle a little bit big so I can see the line all the way around, and then get some screws and drive the screws in, and hope the screws aren't so long that they come through the other side. That's not that hard to do, but it's every time I start, it's like make sure you get the right size screw, blah blah blah, because they're not always 2 inches thick. Anyway, I've been doing that a lot, and I had this idea. Saw someone had something like this, and I thought, I can do that. I have a machinist who's terrific at most everything, as most machinists are. And he made this for me, and we're going to install it. So next I want to rough this out to a rough circle. Let's go do that. So we're over here at my 1911 26-inch crescent bandsaw. I'm going to rough out this circle. That looks pretty good. Let's go to the drill press. Over here at my little pre-war Buffalo. And that's that. Beautiful thing. Let's go see what we can do. So here is my 1914 pattern maker's lathe. It was made by Fay and Scott up in Dexter, Maine. It's been converted to electricity. It's an electric motor and a drive-all transmission up overhead. And this is where we're headed with that new plate. Okay, so this has got an odd thread on it, odd these days. So I had a coupling made to fit, which it does really well. And that's snug, and that's all of it, because the lathe turns this way. That means that stays snug. And now we've got the little billet of ambrosia maple. Put this thing on here, turn it a little bit. It bites. That's great. And this is the point of that big plate on the back, is this wiggles. But when I tighten it up, it comes flat up against that plate and it no longer wiggles. No wiggling. All right. And let's get a rest set up. Now, the whole point of this is to turn this thing, rough out the back, maybe even sand it up, but prepare it for a socket, I've got another chuck that I'm going to put on. This one grips, has a little key in it. Grips, goes in or out. I want to make a little tenon that will grip this thing, and the tenon is about 4 5/8 inch wide, and so I have a little spot right here that I'm going to raise the tenon on. You're going to see it happen live right before you. All right, here we go. Make that tenon. I need to true up the outside rim of this and dress the inside face just a little bit so I know where the edge is. That shouldn't take but a couple of seconds. Little scraper. I've got the edge. Well, it's like it's got one little ding in it still. I can't be sure. There it is, right there. A little flat spot. That's it. Well, I can take care of that in a second. Bing, bing, bing. All right, this is going to be the shape of the bowl. I'm going to come off this this tenon that I've made for that other chuck is going to become the foot of the bowl. I'm going to round this out and then sweep up to the edge. That's what I think right now. This will be a little bit more square end scraper. All right, let's do a little scraping. I've got that yet to do. 1 second. The scrapers aren't the most gentle tool in the world, but they help you really refine the shape. We've got some sanding to do. We've got a little grain issue right there. That'll sand right out. Let's get the edge nice. Let's do a little bit of sanding, and then we'll be able to pull this thing off. Well, this sanded out pretty darn well. One of the small snags with having an old archaic tool like this is it doesn't go in reverse. And so I can't sand it backwards. So that means that all of the fibers all get bent in one direction. And no matter how much I sand, I can never unbend them. So it will have to be, once I get some sanding sealer on, that I'll be able to attack these areas where the fibers are bent the wrong way. And that should all come out real well. All right, so let's flip this around. Put a pin in this to stop this from turning. All right. So this is the back, or the bottom of the bowl. Done, done, done. Unscrewing it from that thread, which held it really well. Now, pull this off. I will eventually have a little hole drilled in it and a wrench, but it hasn't shown up yet. Anyway, so done with that. Now we'll put this little bad boy on. Woodworker's chuck. Jaws move, as I said before. This is open. That little bit right there is going to get caught, and these things are all beveled, dovetailed. Just to open a little bit more. Hope I got the size right. I don't believe I did. Oh yeah, I did. Look at that. And now close. I'm going to tap it a couple of times just to make sure it's seated. There's another place I can tighten on this side. And there it is. So now It's just a matter of will. Now it's time to hollow this out. And that should be, you know, pant loaded fine. I want to raise this up just a teeny bit. There. It puts me pretty close. When I get my tool in there, it'll be pretty much to the center. Cool. All right, here we go. Notice how smoothly this is running. That center is still the center. Now comes the, how deep do I need to cut? How thin do I want to make the sides? The wood seems pretty stable, I'm not chasing cracks or anything, so everything seems like it's going to go fine. But, you know, you have to be careful. There's a thing called the funnel club when you drill, basically cut through and make a hole in the bottom. It's called the funnel. It's usually a bad thing. I am at 1 3/8 inch deep, and I know this to be a 2-inch piece of wood, about 1 15/16. Yeah, this one's pretty close to 1 7/8. 1 7/8, and I am, what did I say? 1 3/8 and 7/8. So I've got a 1/2 inch at the bottom right now. I could take another, you know, 1/8, 3/16. Not a problem. Sides are a little bit thick. Let's do some work on those. are nice. Maybe 3/16 of an inch thick, maybe a little bit less, right till it gets to about there, and it gets a little lumpy. I think I'm done with the gouge, and I think it's scraper time. Probably want to scrape the outside edge first where it's thinnest, so that, well, I scrape the bottom, get it thin, and then leave the outside edge unsupported. Let me do a quick grind on this. Be right back. Okay, here we go. I'm going to chicken out and stop cutting this thing because I think it's thin enough. But you don't know. I might start turning it again, and through the magic of filmmaking, you won't even know. Yeah, that's not the case. This is real. This is all real as it happens. Got a little teeny bit more wood right here than I'd kind of like to see. I've got my calipers. Yeah, I know. They're stupid, but they're mine. The trick here is when these two things are touching, those two things are touching, or nearly so. And I can measure, and there's a spot here that's about 7/16 of an inch thick. And the bottom is about 3/8. Okay, I should get in here and just take this a little bit more. I don't want to go through. That's it. That's as thin as I dare try to make that. The bottom's pretty good. Got a little teeny bit of a rise right there. I have a consistent problem of not making it smooth. I always get these little ripples, like a pebble dropped in the water. But one more time. To see you. So cool. All right. Little spot right there. Not good. Not good. Do that time. All right, little spot that was not good is now gone. All right, that is it. That is it. Look at that. Now just to prove that whatever, that I got it. Let's find the wrench. Come on. Come on. There it is. All right. And open. Look at that. Off it comes. And there it is, full. So, I use this faceplate to turn the front of it, where that hole didn't matter. And then this jaw to turn the back of it on that little lip. And now I'm done. Let's go, let's make another one. What the heck? Because I can. All right. Great stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time. And we'll make something else. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. Cool. All right. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you. Get some finish on this. It'll be great. So, little time has passed. I turned a couple more. That tool is working so well, I just jammed a couple more pieces of wood on and turned them, more of that same ambrosia maple. I've got a first coat of clear shellac, bleached shellac on them. Didn't want to change the color too much, but I wanted to get that sanding sealer thing going. So the shellac stiffens all of the fibers. You remember that whole fibers all bent in one direction. Anyway, the shellac will harden up around all of those to stiffen them up and allow me to do a nice sand, because these right now feel a little bit like suede leather. But this pretty colorful in places. This all went pretty well. I'm real pleased with my my new tool, and I plan to use it again maybe tomorrow. I can't be sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I knew it was going to work out. These will dry a little bit more, and like I say, tomorrow I'll sand these and probably put another coat of clear shellac on them, and then do the same thing. Let that stiffen up what remains of the little bit of fuzzy fibers, and then knock it down, and then give it a coat of probably tung oil, maybe 2. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, and we'll see you tomorrow.